Syntell reacts.
Hey, what's going on? Syntell with the Intel, and I'm here with the wildly talented. I am here with the wildly talented Achara Kirk. Achara, yo, tell the people what's up.
Hey guys, how's it going? I have finger hearts for you.
Oh yeah, just learn something new. Learn something new last episode.
I know. I was like, I told Syntell what this is.
What is that? Oh, it's stuck in my heartstrings now. Hey, just like episode 12, everybody. Oh my gosh, this has been such an extraordinary ride with extraordinary attorney Wu. If you need to catch up with any of the previous episodes, don't worry, there'll be a link in the description for that. But if you want to watch this reaction in all of its full glory, Achara, tell them what they can do.
All right, you guys, if you want to watch the whole episode uncut, uninterrupted, you can do that on our Patreon, patreon.com/Jaby Koay. You will need to have your own copy of the episode open in an adjacent window to our reaction. Press play when we tell you to, and then it's like you're watching it with two of your besties on the interweb.
Yeah, you heard that. Oh my gosh.
That's us.
And don't worry, if you missed the link, there'll be a link in the description, of course. Hey, so without any further ado, let's get started.
김현정 차장님 들어오시랍니다.
Oh, it must be layoff day or something, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. It's like firing season.
Yeah.
요즘 우리 회사 M&A 진행되고 있는 거 아시죠?
네, 부장님. 미르생명이 독일계 보험사인 SB생명이 인수된다는 거 잘 알고 있어요.
Oh,
Yeah, layoffs.
사내부부 직원을 희망퇴직 대상자로 선정한다.
What?
왜냐? 상대적 생활 안정자니까.
상대적 생활 안정자요?
That's a hard assumption.
이 사내부부 직원 중 1인이 희망퇴직하지 않으면 남편 직원이 무급휴직의 대상자가 된다.
Dang.
What?
제가 그만두지 않으면 남편을 자르겠다는 건가요?
That's screwy.
어느 쪽이 이익인지 한번 잘 생각해 보세요. 아예 아내로서 남편의 앞길을 막아서야 되겠습니까?
Wow. Huh.
이 대조는 이럴 때 하는 거죠.
What about her dreams and goals?
Huh. That sucks. I don't know what the legality of that is.
I know, that feels really wrong somehow.
Right?
차 부장님이 뭐래요? 아, 이대리도 사내 결혼했지. 네, 그게 왜요? 이지영 대리님 들어오시랍니다.
Dang. We just shoveling out bad news.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's a thing. Oh, wow. Here comes the other side of it.
와이프 설득하라고 하시고.
나 그만두게 하라고?
지금 회사가 원하는 게 그거니까 여직원들 정리하는 거.
Why just the women?
Huh.
Yeah, this is hardcore discrimination.
Yeah. I don't know how. I know here that's definitely a horrible and awful because of the context of just cultural.
Yeah.
Like, is that a part of the norm? I'm asking our
audience, please.
Yeah, audience, please. Yeah. Dang.
Oh my gosh.
The Yangtze
Yeah, I mean,
River Dolphin.
she gave up so much.
Yeah.
Oh, burger.
Stop. Because I'm already a little hungry.
장재진이 박변 찾아가서 난동 부렸잖아요, 어젯밤에.
현보건설 회장님 아들 장재진이요?
맞아요. 며칠 전에 출소했어. 자기 아버지를 그렇게 잔인하게 살해하고도 8년밖에 안 받은 건 다 박학수 변호사랑 정명석 변호사.
Dang.
근데 장재진 걔는 뭐가 그렇게 불만일까? 박변 집에 찾아가서 보복하겠다고 칼까지 휘둘렀대요. 다른 가족들이 빨리 나타났으니 망정이지.
Dude, do you live alone?
대신 제 얼굴도 기억하고 있을 텐데.
안 그래도 보안팀에 당부했어요. 한바다 출입하는 사람들 더 철저하게 관리하라고. 보안 요원 숫자도 증언할 거니까 너무 걱정은 말고, 응?
Wait a minute. She was about
It's
to
like-
just walk out and not tell him anything if he didn't stop her. Like, she's real kind of nonchalant about this.
She's like, wait, your colleague nearly got murdered? Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be
Don't
alright.
stress. It's cool.
Just finish your burger. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh.
And just
Yeah, I'd
like
be-
that, I'd have walked off.
Yeah. I'm like suspecting everyone at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know we're in the season of masks due to the way the world is, but there's no way. There's no way. I'd have been out.
답변 집에 찾아가서 보복하겠다고 칼까지 휘둘렀대요.
장재진 잡혔습니까?
아직 경찰이 수배 중이에요.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, all black as well. Okay, a few more people. Yeah, okay, get off.
I'm not mad at that paranoia. I mean, especially when you just heard the news.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at everybody.
Yeah, I would be too. I'm like, you're sus, everybody's sus.
원고들과 원고 대리인은 방금 전까지 법원 앞에서 본 사건과 관련된 시위를 벌였습니다.
어디에서 시위를 하는지 꼭 그쪽하고 상의해야 합니까?
꼭 그럴 필요는 없지.
변호인은 본관이 어디?
Here we go.
Gosh.
저는 풍산 유씨입니다.
어이쿠. 나도 풍산유 씨입니다. 그래 그 부친은 어떤 항열자를 쓰십니까?
Yeah, but that might not fly with her though.
제가 여성이기 때문에 항렬자를 쓰지 않을 것이라는 편견을 가진 재판장님께서 과연 본 사건의 본질을 공명정대하게 바라봐 주실 수 있을지 우려됩니다.
She's fearless. I'll give her that.
Yeah, yeah.
막 키스해? 야,
며느리는 출근하는데 아들은 놀면 어느 시부모가 좋아할까? 내조는 이럴 때 하는 거다. 남편이 실직하면 백수가 되지만 아내는 실직해도 전업주부다. 남편의 인생을 창피하고 구질구질하게 만들 거냐?
She's about to let him have it.
직원들에게 희망퇴직을 권유하는 심각한 자리에 개인 의견이나 늘어놓으며 사담을 나눴다는 걸 그런 말 같은 소리라고 봐야 합니까? 저는 그렇게 생각하지 않습니다.
She's fierce.
I mean, lioness. And look, and he's like, I ain't trying to cross her. Just, yeah.
문종철 씨는 당시 미르생명을 대표해서 원고들을 면담했던 겁니다. 그 사실은 인정하시죠?
네. 하지만
그렇게 기록하세요.
She's like, I ain't here to play with y'all tonight.
방침을 들었을 때
남편이 많이 아프시죠? 얼마 전 대장암 수술을 했다고 들었습니다. 유급 휴가를 받으셨죠? 대규모 구조 조정을 해야 할 만큼 관련이 있습니까?
Oh, wow. She knows her shit. She did her research.
That pause, that stall says a lot.
이거
이게 뭡니까?
붕어빵이요. 저희들 거 사면서 같이 샀어요. 드시면서 하세요.
아, 예, 감사합니다.
네, 그럼 가볼게요.
What is that?
I don't know. It was like a pendant or something?
원고들 뒷조사를 좀 해야 될 것 같아요.
뒷조사요?
원고들이 자발적으로
civil,
회사를
right?
그만뒀다는 걸
Yeah.
딱 보여줄 만한 게 뭐가 없을까? 아니, 물론 진심으로
And those look really good.
Yeah.
저 택시의 외부 광고에 이지영 씨의 열쇠고리에 달려있던 것과 똑같은 모양의 마크가 그려져 있었습니다. 그게 뭔지 확인하고 싶어요.
그게 뭔지 우리가 왜 확인해야 될까?
그러게. 너 또 쓸데없는...
안전벨트 매셨죠?
Go for it.
The Fast and the Furious Soul Edition.
Like, listen, if my baby want to see that car, she gonna see that car. All right, now
Wow.
y'all chill out. I'm still traumatized from the last car scene.
That's right.
치료 전문 희망여성병원.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, look at that.
Nice
It's cute.
spin. Huh.
구조조정 그렇게 한 거 다 누구 머리에서 나온 생각인지 알아요?
네?
우리요.
What?
이게 그 의견서인데 방금 내가 말한 내용들이 다 들어있어요. 의견도 한번 읽어볼래? 천천히 읽어봐요.
I don't know what to think of this.
수신 미르 생명 주식회사.
I think he's trying to sabotage her.
아니 지금 그렇게
I mean,
So
it
that she
feels like he's trying to poison the well.
Yeah, like he's trying to get her to do something that's going to
조용히
make her
읽어보세요.
get fired, maybe.
Yeah. But then it makes me wonder about the legitimacy of the statement this file that he just gave her.
원고는 미르 생명이 독일계 보험사인 SB 생명에 인수된다는 것을 언제 알았습니까?
딱 작년에만 그랬습니다. 입사 후 8년 동안 일하면서 작년만큼 자주 쉰 적은 없었습니다.
원고가 다닌 병원의 이름은 무엇입니까?
Oh, wow. That's a way of asking without asking.
치료를 전문으로 하는
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a slick way of doing that. Oh, man.
환자를 채취하는 날이나 배아를 이식하는 날에는 연차를 내야 할 겁니다. 원고 역시 시험관 아기 시술을 받기 위해 조퇴를 자주 하고 연차를 많이 썼던 겁니까?
Wow, put all her business in the street. Goodness.
Yep.
그렇다면 원고에게 희망퇴직 권유는 난임 치료에 집중할 수 있는 좋은 기회였겠네요. 원고는 원래부터 임신할 계획이었으니까요.
That's always used against women.
저 임신엔 결국 실패했지만 만약 성공했어도 회사는 계속 다닐 생각이었습니다.
Yeah, her morals are eating her up.
Yeah, she's having a hard time. She can't even get the words out.
90일간의 출산 휴가도 마찬가지 아닌가요?
있습니다. 원고가 시험관하기 시술을 받은 건 희망퇴직 권유를 받기 훨씬 전입니다. 원고의 난임 치료와 희망퇴직은 무관합니다.
But it does give a piece of motive, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
위기 상황인 회사에서 버티기보다는 이 기회에 퇴직금을 받고 사직해 본격적으로 임신을 준비하는 게 더 낫다고 판단했던 것 아닙니까?
Golly. And she even admitted to the other lady that I understand and feel your pain because I would have done the same thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh, gosh.
difficult.
아, 이런 분은 나중에 어떤 변호사가 될까 궁금했는데 결국 한바다로 가셨네요. 더 멋진 곳에서 일하실 줄 알았는데.
더 멋진 곳이요?
네, 예를 들면 류재숙.
Oh, everyone's trying to poach her.
She's the number one draft pick.
우리는 선비로서
Yeah.
그러니까 한 인간으로서 의뢰인 옆에 앉아 있는 거예요. 당신 틀리지 않았다. 나는 당신 지지한다. 그러려면 어느 의뢰인을 변호하는 것이 옳은지 스스로 판단해야 돼요. 자기 자신한테 거짓말할 수는 없잖아요.
There we go.
Oh,
What is your
what's
why?
he gonna do?
Why are you
Snap a
doing what
pic?
you do? This dude. Yeah.
유재숙 변호사랑 같이 있네요? 둘이 무슨 얘기를 저렇게 할까요?
그러게.
He is really trying to poison the well.
Yes.
뭐예요?
뭐가요?
영방에 들어가라고 했잖아요. 무슨
Yeah, what did you have there?
아니 무슨 기러기 토마토 지킴이인가? 최수연 변호사가 왜 그래요?
영우는 아까 준호 씨랑 나갔어요. 사무실에 불 꺼진 거 보면 몰라요?
우변이 준호랑 어딜 가요 이 시간에?
준호 씨랑 같이 산다면서 그것도 몰라요?
Uh-oh.
둘이
뭐요?
둘이 만나잖아요.
That's the wrong person to tell. Ugh.
But also, what the heck is he doing?
Trying to sabotage something.
He had a name tag. Oh, he's saying that it was sent from that other attorney? Yes.
Wow. Oh, he's going to send it.
Oh, no. He's awful.
Wow.
But also,
so villainous.
we're not surprised, are we?
어느 익명의 제보자가 저희 사무실로 보내왔습니다.
He's like, is her card gonna fall out?
Yep. That's not it.
Not the same.
미르생명 인사부장 문종철 씨의 업무용 수첩 원본을 제시합니다. 수첩을 보시면 문종철 씨에게는 통화 내용을 메모하는 습관이 있다는 걸 알 수 있습니다.
저거 본인 수첩 맞아요?
제가 쓴 게 맞긴 맞습니다.
Dang.
Oh my gosh. He's like trying to jump in.
증거로 사용되는 것에 동의한 적이 없습니다. 그러므로 위법하게 수집된 증거입니다. 이는 형사소송법 제303 형사소송
She like,
Help a brother out.
I don't know if I'm gonna participate.
아, 형사소송법 제308조의 2 적법한 절차에 따르지 아니하고 수집한 증거는 증거로 할 수 없다.
예, 방금 들으신 증거 능력이 없습니다. 증거에서 배제해 주십시오.
Cats out of the bed.
하지만 그것은 형사소송법입니다. 이 재판은 민사소송이고요.
Oh no.
류명허 재판장님의 현명한 판단을 기대합니다.
That name.
Yep.
절차 위반의 정도가 이 증거 채택을 거부할 정도로 크지는 않다고 봅니다. 증거 능력을 인정합니다.
Oh,
What?
somebody snuck in somebody's office, huh? Who's that too?
Who? Okay.
Ah. She was the first one on the stand, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
이 집회에는 미르생명에서 해고된 아내 직원들은 물론 여성단체 및 노동단체 회원들 수십 명이 참여했습니다.
Wow. The movement's growing.
Yep. It started with only 3 people.
Yeah.
제출할 계획이라고 밝혔습니다. 집회 열기가 판결에도 영향을 줄지 주목됩니다.
판결하겠습니다.
Wow, so many reporters.
원고들의 청구를 모두 기각한다. 소송 비용은 원고들의 부담으로 한다.
Wow.
아내 직원만을 대상으로 한 것이 아니므로 헌법이나 근로기준법 등이 정하는 양성평등에 반해 여성을 차별한 것이라고 볼 수 없다.
Legal loopholes.
Yeah.
저 부장님, 아까부터 표정이 안 좋으신데 괜찮으신 겁니까? 판결도 잘 나왔는데요.
판결 잘 나와봤자 뭐 저한테 좋은 일인가요? 회사만 신났지.
네?
Oh, he's getting fired?
Probably. Yeah.
명목상으로는 이번 구조조정 잘 못 해내서 자른다 그거예요. 재판에 집회
Wow. Everybody's screwed.
가요. 근데 가만 보면 그냥 처음부터 이럴 생각이었던 것 같아.
Wow, that's diabolical.
100명 가까운 직원들 모가지를 날려놓고 나만 만장하길 바라면 되나요?
It's an interesting way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am one who does believe in karma. I know I sound silly saying it, but I do.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
유재숙 변호사는 한바다에선 만나볼 수 없는 종류의 변호사잖아. 멸종되지는 않았으면 좋겠어.
Right. Yeah.
She's like, it's so disorderly. Can I fix it for you?
이런 응원을 받는 기분은 어떨까?
Right.
심지어 재판에 졌는데도.
Yeah.
그러게.
어머, 왔어요?
That's really sweet.
우리 옥상에 있었어? 같이 올라가요.
네.
아, 먼저 올라가실래요? 나 우영우 변호사한테 뭐 줄 게 있어서.
Oh.
Did she
The package.
receive it? And she just didn't use it so that she wouldn't get in trouble?
꼭 우영우 변호사가 나한테 몰래 보낸 것처럼. 한바다도 뭔가 내부 사정이 복잡하네. 우영우 변호사.
Yeah.
이 의견서를 갖고 있었는데도 증거로 쓰지 않은 겁니까?
내가 그거 쓰면 우영우 변호사가 난처해질 거 아니에요.
Wow.
다른 쪽으로 증거 구할 길이 없는 것도 아니고.
When your enemy looks out for you. Not your enemy, but
Yeah.
the person that you're going against.
Your opposition.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. That says a lot about your character.
여기 앉아요, 앉아.
Yeah. Oh, that's really
비빔밥
lovely.
만들고 있었어요. 변호사님이 기록.
Oh, I love bibimbap.
나 부업이 농부거든요. 옥상 농부. 어째 농사를 본업보다 더 잘하는 것 같아.
Wow.
그럼 재료를 섞지 말고 따로따로 먹으면 되지. 그냥 먹어 주는 대로.
지금 신앙송을 할 때입니까? 항소심을 준비해야 하지 않습니까?
맞아.
They're so jolly.
빨리 읊어줘 빨리.
유재수.
올라온다. 와.
Oh, we're going to really take the stage.
온몸으로 사랑하고 나면 한 덩이 재로 쓸쓸하게 남는 게 두려워. 생각하면 삶이란
What she got? Oh.
으깨는 일. 눈 내려 세상이 미끄러운 어느 이른 아침에 나 아닌 그 누가
Feel like she might be picking a sensei or a
Yeah.
네 나는
yeah, I mean you got the dolphin blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. A teacher. That's what I mean to say. Yes.
Oh, I was like, is it ending? Not yet.
Oh, we forgot about him still being
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is that crazy guy gonna? Uh-oh. He doesn't look well. Like he's not sleeping. He's got his black coffee there, or something. Oh no! He came out on this floor too. He didn't press that floor. He didn't press that floor. What are you doing, sir? Oh my god! Oh my god! Come on! Come on! Why the hell?
Oh yeah.
He's
that's
walking
him.
really slowly.
죄송해요. 엘베에서 잘못 내려가지고요.
Oh.
십자랑 일자들하고 다 챙겼어요.
Oh, he really is a mechanic.
Oh.
Okay. I would have freaked out too though.
Yeah, me too, not gonna lie. He's not. I don't think he's sleeping though. He's already in there.
정명석 변호사, 장재진 잡혔어요.
Ah. Okay.
도망가서 숨어 있는 걸 경찰이 검거했다니까. 이제 걱정 말고.
Have a drink.
Man, probably a panic attack.
What's going on? Is he sick? No!
Oh no.
아니 뭐야?
Did he
나 아파?
stress himself out so much? Sir, you need to get a physical right this
Yeah.
second. Coughing blood is not good.
It's never good. Oh, I like him. Come on.
I know.
제대로 하고 오겠습니다.
아니 말이 좋아 출장이지 이거 완전 놀자판 여행 아닙니까?
장사 안 하네.
문 닫은 지 꽤 된 것 같은데요.
네가 보살펴야 하는 여자 말고.
Oh wow.
Oh, that sounded like a mother saying something like that.
Yeah.
That's a bit to unpack on this one. Have you discovered your why? this is a personal question more so than it is about the show. Have you discovered your why? Like why you do what you do?
Honestly?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think
No.
most people have.
No.
Yeah. And I'm saying that because to me it feels like although attorney U영우 is living the dream, but it may not necessarily be your why, right? The thing that you do may not be the thing that is bespoke to you that makes your heart sing. You know, a lot of us, you know, like sometimes we'll do jobs because it's for the money, or you do it for the prestige or whatever it is, but it may not something that makes your soul just glow, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like the rival attorney Ryu, she knows her why. She knows like her purpose, you know, and she's using the law as a means of putting that purpose out. So with that being said, do you think that attorney U영우 knows her why she's a lawyer?
I think she understands, like, theoretically, I think she's an idealistic person who wants to genuinely help people. And so, yeah, working at a big company like Hanbara or Taesan, like, she's going to run into issues because a lot of the time, if you're a big company and you're like working for corporate clients and whatnot, you're going to run into things that are a bit dodgy. And are you going to be able to reconcile yourself and your values with that and maybe just look at it as a job? Because I think for Attorney Wu, it's not just a job. Like, she really does love it. And so this episode, I feel, was to show that, you know, there's a different type of lawyering. And this has come up in the show before, you know, where it's like, are you going to compromise your values? Are you comfortable with doing that? Or do you want to be a more idealistic lawyer? And then she sees what that looks like. You know, it's like a crappy office. With, you know, she's probably not making a lot of money, but what she lacks in financials, she makes up for in like genuine love and appreciation from her clients who feel like she's doing a really good job. So I guess perhaps she will have to make a decision at some point further down the line as to the type of lawyer that she wants to be.
Right. It feels to me like there's been like an epiphany with some of the whales that happened, and this happened when Attorney Ryu was saying her poem, and it feels like the student has finally found their master.
Yeah.
How did you feel about her just in general, this interesting attorney that has popped up in U영우's life?
I don't know if she's going to be a major mainstay. I think it's more of like she's just come in to illustrate a point, which was done really well. At this point, I'm also really interested in seeing more of the development between the relationship between Woo Young-woo and Junho, because like I think they had their first lovers tiff. And he was like, I was actually kind of hurt by what you said. What do you mean we're not dating? We're dating. Like, we go out on dates. That means we're dating, right? And so I think it's going to be interesting for her to be in this close of a relationship with someone and learn how to navigate the waters of like other people's emotions. And like, 'cause I don't think she genuinely meant to hurt him. I think she just didn't realize what she was doing. She has a hard time telling the nuances. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how they come back from that and where they go from that, you know?
Yeah, I had a really good laugh when her father was like, wait a minute, you just randomly just kissing boys. Who is this man? I need him right immediately. I was like, when you do meet this young man, please do not have anything sharp or deadly in your hands.
I know. But I mean, he's absolutely right. He should be seeing who his daughter is dating, make sure that he's like a nice guy, and maybe just instill a little bit of fear in him. Like, don't mess about with my daughter. But I'm genuinely curious as to see like how they go forward from that. And also seeing the little snippet of the next episode where someone, maybe his mom, is like you need what is it? I can't remember what she said exactly, but basically like you don't need a partner that you have to care for.
Yeah, but in love you care for somebody. There's just different levels of that type of care. You're gonna be caring for somebody if you love somebody, regardless.
Absolutely. And it's like maybe you're not caring for them like right now, but at some point you may be, or they may have to take care of you. So surely that's his choice to decide who he wants to be with and what type of relationship he wants. So yeah.
There was one more thing that was really interesting to me. There's a term in when talking and creating stories, there's a term called the ticking time bomb, right? And it's this thing that happens in stories. Something has to be solved or something bad is going to happen, and it's counting down, right? It's like and an example of that in today's episode is we saw attorney Myung-suk coughed up blood. Yeah, that's not a good look, and it feels like a ticking time bomb, story-wise.
Well, I wonder as well if that's also to show just the amount of stress that he's under. Like, if we see the level of stress that the juniors have been under, that like they've been sleeping in their offices or whatever, just burning the candle at both ends, at some point it is going to catch up with you, and presumably attorney Suk, is that his name? Their mentor. He's been doing that for a much longer time. So probably his stress levels are through the roof. So if it is a stress-related illness, then he definitely needs to take a break and take care of himself, because he was under a lot of pressure with this like potential person running around trying to kill him. And I think maybe the next episode will be them taking a break together somehow, because he came in wearing that like Hawaiian shirt and stuff, like full on relax mode. I'm like, what's going on here? What are you doing?
I wanted to ask like the really big elephant in the room, because I don't know if you've been looking at some of the comments. There has been some recent ones that have been hinting at the fact that the project is feminist. This isn't to be put into the edit, by the way, Kenneth.
Okay.
Doing this, and I was going to say, well, I didn't really feel that way, and then I saw this episode. I was like, well, maybe this is one of the things that is instigating that thought process regarding women in the workspace. And I was going to ask you regarding just the topic in general, not about the feminist movement, but just about the topic in general. So the topics that have been going to trial have always been interesting, and in this one we have an interesting topic as well. It's women trying to preserve their right to maintain themselves in the workforce, and it's looking like the companies are finding creative ways to push women out. How did you feel about this subject matter for the attorneys to fight for and defend?
Oh, honestly, it felt really real to me, because I mean, this isn't news. This feels like something that happens a lot, or that I have heard a lot of complaints about, which is that there does seem to be a sense of unfairness oftentimes when it comes to women in the workplace and women being discriminated, because, you know, there's this notion that it's not worth it to invest in a woman, because eventually she's going to get married, she's going to have kids, and then she's going to want to take time off to, you know, have the baby, raise her family. Like, they're not as reliable as men in the workspace. But I feel like we do need to support each other more. And also, it should have been a case of, well, if they were going to say, you know, you have to quit, it should have been like one of you. I mean, they said technically it was like one of you has to quit, but really they meant the woman has to quit. I think in this day and age there is a lot of equality, and so like we're on the way. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm speaking as someone who lives in the West, right? In Korea, they said so themselves. It's a patriarchal society. Perhaps there is a major stigma for a man to decide that, you know what, he's going to stay home and take care of the kids while his wife has a career and whatnot. I mean, this is still kind of, it's interesting waters. It feels different, and obviously it may feel a little bit difficult for a while to come, but I do feel like we're making strides in the right direction. And like, if a woman wants to work, she ought to be able to work. And if a man wants to take time off, then he should be able to take time off. And good companies should support good employees. And a lot of the time, women have been shown to be, very faithful, hardworking employees at companies. So I feel like they should be valued.
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting that when they said the parameters for like voluntarily resigning, we were both like, whoa,
yeah,
that's unfair. That
Right.
feels unfair. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel fair. Like I just want it to be fair for everyone,
Yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna say this one little piece, and then we're gonna close out. I am a firm believer that art should evoke some type of emotion, be it music or poetry or movies or whatever. If it should do something to jog something in your mind, and talking about current issues is a great place, and it should evoke some type of emotion. You should feel some kind of way about it, and I think that this episode is one of those, among the many others that have evoked some emotion. Is doing its job and should be respected as such. So, with that being said, hey, you wanna respect the channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button, and of course give us those thumbs up as how the people know you're digging what we're giving you. And if you want to see a full-blown representation of this reaction with no interruptions, Achara has a special deal just for you.
If you guys want to join us on Patreon, patreon.com/Jaby Koay, we have the full-length watch-along available for this show, as well as other Korean shows that we've watched. We've seen All of Us Are Dead and Squid Game, obviously, who hasn't? But those are there if you want to check them out as well.
Hey, and with that being said, we will catch you for episode 13, which is right around the corner. Oh, and if you didn't get all of that, don't worry, there'll be a link in the description. I already did that. Well, anyways, we'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Peace.